Welcome back, boys. Today I'm showing you how the turn signals work on my mini bike. This is a diagram I just drew out. I'll go over it and then I'll show you how it looks on the bike. So starting from the top, the two most important things are the flasher relay and the controller. The flasher relay takes your stable 12 volts input and turns it into a pulsing 12 volts, and the pulse is adjustable with the controller at the top, the little knob. And what the controller does is it gives you buttons and outputs power. So you give the controller the load input, which is pulsing from the flasher relay, and you also give it headlight input, which is stable 12 volts, and you give it ground. From the controller, when you press, for example, one of these two buttons, which are the turn signals, it will output the 12 volts pulsing power to those wires. So you're giving it 12 volts that's pulsing, you press this button, and then it completes the circuit to give this wire 12 volts pulsing. With, for example, the top button, which is headlight, and the bottom button, which is horn, when you press them, it uses the main input that's not flashing. Down here, with each turn signal and brake light, you have a positive and a ground. What I've done is I've grounded my frame. The way I've done that is I connected the battery ground to a point on the frame, and that makes the whole frame grounded. So then in the back here, I just combine the three grounds of the three wires and I just bolt them down to the frame. And that means they're all grounded back here and I don't have to run wires to the front. Now the wires coming from the front are the controller output wires. We have the headlight output, which is for the front headlight, but we also use it for tail light. The right turn signal output goes to the right turn signal positive. Left turn signal output goes to the left turn signal positive. And it's pretty basic, and I hope that makes sense, but I'll show you on the bike as well. So on the bike, this is my battery, this is my negative terminal. I have a wire going from the negative terminal to a connector so I can disconnect the rest of the stuff. But before it does that, it's connected here, which is the frame ground, and that just makes sure that any part of the frame is grounded. Now, this is the controller I was talking about, and this is the flasher relay I was talking about. We'll go over this first. So this is the flasher relay. You have positive in, ground in on the other side, and then the center one, which is load out. And you also can adjust it up here with this knob. This adjusts how often it's flashing. You can make it quick or slow. So this positive wire, the load output, then goes into the turn signal input on this controller. This is the wire that leads to the controller, and you'll have like a bunch of ends and they'll come labeled with your kit. So I have this white and orange wire are my positive in for my headlight, and then I have this red wire, which is my turn signal in. That's coming from the flasher relay that we just showed. So that controller leads to here, and that's where it's getting all the connections. Don't worry about this part because you might have a different controller. This is generic. On this controller, when I press the headlight button, it just uses the stable 12 volts directly from the battery, and the tail light comes on as well. When I press the turn signals, it takes the power from the load of the flasher relay, and that's why you can hear it clicking. And if you adjust this, it's much faster. Slow, fast, and you can choose whatever. I have 4 wires going from the front of that mess to the tail lights and brake lights. The blue and green wire are my right and left turn signal positives. The yellow and red wire are for the tail light and brake light. And there's no grounds coming from here. All the grounding is happening on a bolt under here. So tail light, turn signal, turn signal. If we look under, they all pop out of here. They go up, and then they go to here. That's my ground, and then those are my positive wires for braking and turn signals. Hopefully that helps you install turn signals on your mini bike. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'm happy to make a video.